Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode. I am joined in the studio next to me from Turner Classic Movies and TYT's What the Flick. It's Ben Mankiewicz. Hey Ben, how are you?
What's going on, Jimmy? How are you?
Oh, I got to tell you, you know what I love doing? I love doing an hour and a half of tech before I sit down and do a funny comedy show. That's what I love doing.
Everybody's got a process. You got to follow. Some guys like to drink. Some get a little high, but no.
I like to do tech.
Yeah, this works.
I like to do tech. And it only takes an hour and a half. So across the screen, across the glass from me, hilarious comedian, the host of Comedy and Everything Else, it's Steph Zamorano. Hey, Steph, how are you?
I'm doing great, Jimmy.
Fantastic. Are you our resident Latina?
Ay.
And across from her, it's our resident Japanese man, Ohio. It's
Ohio.
Robert Yasumura. Ohio.
Ohio gozaimasu.
And on the phone, all the way from New York City and Mystery Science Theater 3000, it's TV's Frank. Frank Conniff. Hey, Frank, how are you?
Hello there.
Yay.
Wow.
Frank, I met a friend of yours last night.
Who?
Chuck Sklar was at the Fake Gallery.
Oh, Chuck Sklar, God bless him. He hired me for a job.
Yes, the former executive producer of the, what was
Kamau
it?
Bell?
Totally Biased with Kamau Bell. That was Chuck Sklar, yeah.
Which is totally canceled.
Which is totally canceled, and but he got to see me mix it up last night and then offered me a deal. Anyway,
it's always kind of a bummer though when like you hear about like your guy who hired you before and the way he's introed is former. Like, you're not getting a gig from him again.
Not getting a gig.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the jokes. Before we get to the jokes, hey, there's a new film opening. Well, it's opening today. If you're listening to the show on the radio, it's called The Need for Speed, and it explores the interlocking worlds of auto racing and rhyming dictionaries. That's a great joke, huh? When it comes to, when it comes to Funny or Die, I don't know if you saw Zach Galifianakis and the President Obama. Zach Galifianakis, he interviewed Obama, and it was hilarious and much closer to real journalism than any Sunday morning news show. It was. I don't know if you saw it, but it actually was. I was like, oh, look, there's a little substance to his stuff he's saying. Hey, when it comes to Funny or Die, Republicans vote die. And in the case of Healthy or Die, they also vote die. Hey, Edward Snowden was at South by Southwest. Did you see that? He was speaking at South by Southwest. I wish I was there so I could ask him to lift the cloak of secrecy surrounding my career. Hey, CPAC. Oh, CPAC happened last weekend. Oh, I love the CPAC. You know, if you went to CPAC 2014 or the circus, you'll see the same thing. A bunch of clowns who will never be president. CPAC 2014, it's all about keeping food out of the mouths of poor children and getting guns into the hands of crazy loons. CPAC. And by the way, Rand Paul, he gave a speech. Rand Paul, his father used to always win the CPAC straw poll.
He's a lot like his father. Neither of them will ever be president.
Neither of them will ever be president. Yeah. And but he won. Ron Paul won the CPAC straw poll again. Their presidential poll, so the CPAC people would want Rand Paul, of all of them, to be their presidential nominee. But now he's gonna have to write out, I'm fucking this joke up. And now he's going to plagiarize a lovely thank you note to all those guys who voted for him. I don't know why I had to trip over that joke a million times.
Wasn't that complicated.
Wasn't that very straightforward, that joke. Hey, have you seen, by the way, in February, Chris Christie got the lap band surgery. Did you know that?
No, he's kind of kept that quiet, but I guess that's how he lost.
But
I was about to say all that weight.
But he has lost a lot of weight. I've noticed.
Yeah, no, he looks less disgusting.
He's still circus fat.
No, he's not anymore. Honest to God, he's not. And
he's just regular fat.
He's just regular fat now. And you know what that means? That means I can only do jokes about what an evil, corrupt politician he is.
It's great. He'll look really good for his resignation.
He will. Or his indictment. I can't wait. Oh, after 3 generations of politicians, there's finally an indictment in the Christie family. Looks like a Stroh light night.
It's always a good sign in a leader that he'll sort of have the discipline necessary when it's just impossible for him to stop eating potato chips, so he just gets surgery instead.
You know what's really weird about this was really unexpected. I don't know if you're going to believe this, but the other night MSNBC did a segment on it. I was really.
You're kidding! I can't believe I missed it. MSNBC did a Chris Christie segment.
They did a story on the bridge scandal. I was really.
That was unbelievable. Hey, by the way, Frank, I know.
Don't tell me about it. I TiVoed it. And
yeah, please.
I'm really behind on my Christie episodes.
And yes, me too. I love Christie. It's every night, isn't it,
Yeah,
Robert?
pretty much.
Pretty much every night. And you get to meet some new bureaucrat from New Jersey almost every time. Somebody telling me some chairman of a thing or some guy somewhere in a bad suit because he doesn't go on TV often enough.
There have never been more New Jersey state legislators on national TV than since this.
No, this is their pilot season. It really is. Hey, that movie Mr. Peabody and Sherman is coming out. And I thought Mr. Peabody and Sherman and CPAC 2014 should have cross-promoted each other since they're both about going back in time. All right. What's coming up on the show today? Well, we're going to talk about Dianne Feinstein. You know, she was for government spying until she was against it. And then we're going to talk about that. Plus, we're going to talk about – what are we going to talk about? I know, right? You think I would know? You think I would know?
The suspense is building.
Oh, then we're going to talk about the Florida's 13th district had a special election. And what was that about? Was it about health care? Was it about Obamacare? The answer just might surprise you, or will it? Also, we're going to talk about the commercials about Obamacare. Again, people going on with the false commercials saying that they can't get health care because of Obamacare. The exact opposite. And we're going to debunk another one of those. Plus, we have a phone call from Ms. Boonstra. That's who made that commercial. Plus, there's a lot more. And we got phone calls today. From Rick Perry calls in.
Oh, wow.
We got Bill O'Reilly calling in. We got Chris Christie calling in. We got Mitch McConnell calling in. We got Miss Boonstra, who was in that, plus a lot more. That's today on the Jimmy Dore Show.